here, alive and well. Welcome all. Thank you for joining in to another talk with Candid Talks with E. I am Issa. Thank you for joining in today. This is our very last show of the year, so I'm kind of excited, and I'm totally excited with the special guest that we have today, who is Kev Fit, who is going to come on here and discuss his input on why is it that Black men aren't willing to open up about their mental health and their vulnerability. He's also going to give us some tips on being fit and kind of losing that weight that I'm sure we all going to have for the New Year's resolution on how to lose weight and being fit. And I do want to put my 2 cents in there as well, because with losing weight, it's all about your mental. If your mind's not right, you can do all the losing that you want to. You know, if your mind is not right, it's a mental thing first, so to speak. So before I get into that, let me just join him on here. And there he is. I hope you guys can hear me well, too. So if you can't, let me know. Kevin.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Man, you got like the awesome lighting. I'm not.
Yeah?
My lighting not that good. Your lighting's good. Move, man.
I feel like I got all kind of shit on me right now. Like they're coming at me at every angle.
That's what's up. What's going on? Long
Not
time,
much.
right?
I'm excited for tonight.
Yeah, this is good, man. I'm excited about it.
How are you doing?
I'm
How you
good.
feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm actually feeling really, I'm excited about this. I'm grateful for the opportunity. Samson, move. Let me lock my puppy up.
No problem.
Because he's being a pain in the butt.
He wants to join.
Yeah, he wants to join.
He wants to be a part of.
Yeah, he's tripping. Like, he's like all up in my face.
He knows the deal.
Yeah, he like something going on. I want to be a part of this thing. So let's,
right?
Yeah, but I'm good though. I'm feeling good.
All right, so let's kind of start off with the male's point of view before we get into the fitness part.
All right,
okay?
Whatever you want to do, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Thank you.
Let's get it.
So we had this discussion, and our topic was kind of as to why is it that Black men feel like they can't talk about their mental health and being vulnerable towards just life in general, or just towards mental health, or was it both?
I think it's both, man. That's a crazy thing, especially for Black men. First of all, you know, we're taught to be tough.
Correct.
And hold everything in. You get what I'm saying? And that's really what's killing us, man. In our community for Black men, ain't no safe space to talk, really. Like, you go into your home, hey bro, I got depression.
Well, it stems from even before that, as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to express yourself, it's like almost as if, and especially depending on what kind of household you grew in, you do as I say, with no explanation.
Right.
And as a kid, and I understand the respect factor, but as a kid, they don't understand that factor yet, as to not explaining to me what's going on. Why am I doing what am I doing? Why am I not supposed to express my emotion? You know what I'm saying? So it's that kind of core value that they instill in you to be. So when you be, it's like, how do you unbe?
Yeah, you don't have, yeah, you're right. In my area, we couldn't say nothing. We didn't get the opportunity to express ourselves. Like, shut up.
That's it.
Shut up, don't say nothing.
Right.
So that's how they dealt with it. They just kept it moving. But a lot of our parents were traumatized. Had issues. They struggled with depression. They found how to mask it, but they didn't just, you know what I mean? They didn't deal with it.
100, or that's how they dealt with it.
Yeah.
With the aggression, or just my way, and you just have to follow along, and there's no, and to their defense, you couldn't almost enough. You had to deal with so many other stuff. Right. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have that time to kind of build that relationship factor, so to speak. And if you did get that, then kudos to you. But a lot of us did not get that. You know, because mom and dad had to work, or they're stressed out about bills, or another sibling getting in trouble, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? We have all these, and they weren't taught how to cope. You know, so
they can't pass it down. They can't pass it down if they don't know how to. Yeah, I know from my home with my mom, it was just my mom raising me. So she raising like 5 or 6 kids. She don't have time to kind of be emotional or hear what we gotta say. And I, hearing my mom's story, how she grew up, it was straight rough, thugged out. So they didn't know how to
Yo,
deal.
their stories, we think we
Yeah,
had it bad, but their
yeah,
stories are 10 times
and I'm
worse.
like, yeah, it's worse than I've ever grew up. To be
Yeah,
honest with you, that they
yeah,
experienced at home. So they couldn't really. They just kind of kept it moving. They dealt
yeah.
with an aggression, or they just worked really hard. They work, and never deal.
And that's their mindset too. As long as I'm providing and giving you what you need over your, and that's, they always say that you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, clothes on your
Right.
back, and they're done. But they
Like, you
totally
talk,
missed out on that emotional part, right?
yeah, the connection.
So
Like my mom was not emotional at all. She didn't even kiss or hug. Yeah,
yeah,
no
yeah.
kiss or hug. So
How did
yeah.
that affect you, like moving on forward in your relationships?
Um, Kind of messed me up. Honestly, I don't like people. I know I didn't like getting close to people.
Hmm.
And then I kind of felt it was I thought something was wrong when somebody would try to be affectionate
Yes.
or cool with me, like, "Hey,
Yeah.
bro, what's up?" I'm like, "Yo,
Yeah.
what's up with
Yeah.
that? Like, why you
Or
touching
their
me?"
intentions were bad.
I always thought the intent, yeah, because I'm like, I'm not. This ain't normal. This is not what I grew up with. People are not affectionate and showing love like that, especially when another guy do that. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you good? Everything okay?"
Yeah.
No, but you got, that's how I was raised. My mom wasn't even affectionate with me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got better when I got kids and stuff, because I know they need affection. You
Kids
had to
will make
change.
you turn around like there
Yeah,
ain't no tomorrow.
right.
They force you to learn that unconditional love, so to speak,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But it's tough though. It's tough though trying to like just be in a world where you're already at a setback, so to speak,
Right.
from
Okay.
everything else that's going on. And then you're
Okay.
just trying to kind of maneuver life on your own, or how you, from what you've seen, like that learned behavior, and
Okay.
or how you best know, or you don't know what your parents showing you. So it's
Right.
like you gather in that aspect, and it's just that trickling rolling ball that they're, we're going to pass on. If we do not fix it,
Yeah.
we'll pass it on to our kids.
Yeah. And then from that, then you start getting into your own mess and your own trauma, and you don't know how to deal with it. So it's like crazy.
So let's get into the nitty gritty of it,
I know
and
you. I know you
this,
finna dig. I know it's
let's
coming.
dig.
Yeah, let's go. I'm with it. Let's do it because we got to. This is good. This is really
Let's
good.
start with the vulnerability part.
All right.
Um, in your opinion, what can one do? Well, not one do, but like let's start with relationship factors, so to speak,
Okay.
and pertaining to Black males and
Okay.
being vulnerable.
Ooh.
You take it over from there.
Being vulnerable, like to the wife.
Yeah,
Being,
yes, in relationships.
instant
Just
relation.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be particularly wife. It could be like, just that stern facade that men have to kind of portray. I'm
Yeah.
strong. I got this.
Yeah.
They don't want to ask for help.
Yeah.
They don't want to show their fears. And in relationships, then now the communication is going to be off because you don't want to relay or convey how
Yeah.
you're feeling, so to
Yeah.
speak. So you either don't communicate, which is a lot of the faults that we say that a lot of men have. They don't know how to communicate, right?
They close
So,
down.
but all of this trickles from that, right?
Yeah.
So, like, how do you move forward from that? Or, and I'm not trying to make you the spokesperson for all Black men
No,
right
I get
now.
it. I get it. Let me say this. I had to accept that, hey, I'm not a Superman.
Right.
It does get tough sometimes. You get what I'm saying? And it's okay for a man to be vulnerable and say, I need help. I can't do this. This is too much for me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need some advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't grow up around that, but I had to do it because it's freeing. It's freeing.
Correct.
It frees you up. And men, they have this facade, it's a pride thing. Try to look good in front of your homeboys, try to look like a macho man in front of your lady. But in the end, we end up killing ourselves, hurting ourselves because we struggle. And the funny thing about it, it comes out in different ways. It comes out in anger, passive aggressive.
I said that last week. Yeah.
Yeah. Men sometimes they'll tell their girl, oh, you don't understand me, and move on
Uh-huh.
to the next one. So
Uh-huh.
that, because they don't know how to be vulnerable, they'll just speak and
Uh-huh.
say what's going on.
And then
But
sometimes we always want the other person to fix us or feel like they have the magic potion, right? To
yeah,
fix us because, you,
yeah.
like you just said, you don't understand me. So now, it's your problem. It's your fault, so to
Oh
speak,
no, no.
you
We have
know?
to no, no, no. We have to learn this, man. We have to learn to be vulnerable and deal with ourselves. We can't put our mess on nobody else. We can't do that. That's not how we heal.
Queen Love,
That's
she
a personal
says,
that's a personal issue.
or men are dismissive of it, like saying there are others worse off.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cover. That's a cop out
These
though.
lights really in my eyes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it
That's a
is.
cop out.
And
Yeah.
like you said, it's different ways to deal with it. And, you have that avoidance, that aggression, that passive,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And it's really not good because if you avoid, you're passive aggressive, no matter what, you're gonna end up crashing.
Correct.
You're
Because you're
gonna
missing the
have to,
boat.
yeah, you're gonna have to deal with it. You need to just deal with it and be vulnerable. And I tell you, me being vulnerable is probably one of the most freeing things in my life. Hey,
Now, can I ask, why is it so hard to get from that point of where you are to being vulnerable to saying, hey, I need help? What is that? Why is it so hard?
we, I think men just trying to keep that image up, man, that tough image. Like I can deal with everything. When you're dealing with guys, their homeboys be telling them, man, bruh, that ain't real nigga stuff. You weak. Don't be weak. You
Correct.
want to look like you the guy. You get what I'm
Correct.
saying? So they don't, in their mind, they don't want to say nothing. They don't want to be vulnerable.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
What advice would you give to someone? Because you said that you've gotten to that place too, where you had to become vulnerable for you to make that change. What advice would you give to men out there to saying, hey, what does it take for me to get from the point of where I am dealing with some issues to the point of being vulnerable so that I can make some of that change?
I feel like this here. If you got a friend that's close like a brother, but you got to choose wisely because every friend not gonna call you higher. And some friends will take your treasure and do some stupid stuff with it. If you got a brother that's close like a brother, talk to him, but only talk to him if he's calling you up and he's trying to see you and let you, not just letting you vent, but calling you higher so you can be vulnerable and get the
Correct.
stuff out so you don't break. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
if you don't have a friend or a homeboy, now you got to go to therapy. And they're like, oh, Kev said the therapy word. Nah, bro, trust me. It was the best thing I ever did in my life
It works.
because
It
it
works.
gave me an opportunity to let everything out. And trust me, I was scared. So that's the thing. If you got a friend, that's like a brother, but he got to be a mature friend.
Yeah.
You can't be somebody that's petty.
Want to be in your business.
Yeah, gonna put your business out there, all
Mhm.
that stuff. You can't deal. No, you don't need all that drama because once that happens, then you're hurt and you're gonna close back up and you're not gonna trust nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But if you got a friend like a brother, talk, man. It's okay. You get what I'm saying? If somebody love you, they'll let you talk, and that'll be a way of releasing and being
Yeah.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't have that, go to therapy, man. I'm an advocate. I've been going for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I go.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
Pretty
started.
awesome.
I started and I stopped, but I realized it's something that I needed because
Yeah.
I need to get that stuff out of it because I was one of those tough guys.
Why the stigma on therapy right now is still so high in our communities?
Yeah.
Why do you feel so?
Back to the weak thing, man.
And how do we change that?
How do we change that? I think with more brothers like me coming forward and saying like, hey, bro, it's okay. You actually are a man for dealing with your issues.
Yeah.
This makes you real strong when you're dealing with your stuff because you're missing out on an opportunity to see a better version of yourself. Because I'm going to tell you, walking around with stuff inside of you, you're going to crash. And you're going to
be a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, you're a ticking time bomb. Mm-hmm. So I think, just brothers like me just sharing, getting out there and saying, hey, bro, therapy, cool. You get what I'm saying? Because having all your trauma, whatever that issue is inside of you, that stuff make you go crazy, man, and you can't function. Imagine you got a family, you got wife, you got kids, you got a job, you got all this stuff going on. You need to be able to deal with that stuff and get it out of you. Right. And so I know a lot of people now, it would definitely do them so good, but because of how we were raised and where we come from, it won't do it. So you gotta, more men like me, more black men coming up saying, hey, man, I go to therapy. Because they hide. They be like, oh, don't tell nobody I go to therapy. Don't tell me. You better tell them you go to, hey, I'm free. I'm freer than a mug.
Yeah. No, you're
Yeah.
right though. You're right. More
Yeah.
people coming out and saying, "Hey, I do therapy." We should do a show like I have a little sign, "I do therapy" or something, because the more
No,
people
for
see it, the more it becomes cool, or so to speak,
yeah.
because it's like it's still a taboo. It's
Yeah.
still that stigma that's still so high. In in the families, I still have to struggle with, just people not wanting to just think that that stigma is just still so high, and it's like, this is, you go to the doctor when you're sick physically,
Right.
right? Your
Right.
brain functions your whole body.
Right.
So how is it that we just can't accept the fact that we do need to take care of our minds and the way we think and the way we operate, and
Right.
it stems down from so much, especially from our upbringing,
Yeah.
and who we are, our personalities,
Right.
our external factors, our peers, our environment,
Our environment. Right.
so, and all
Yeah.
that molds us into the person who we are. And it's like, nobody's perfect,
No. No. No.
so hopefully, like you said though, like with more of these, with people coming out and just saying that, therapy is okay, you're not going to die, it's a safe space.
Yeah, and it doesn't. Let me say this: it doesn't make you crazy, man. It doesn't make you cuckoo. Because that's what people think. Oh, go to the crazy house. No, you crazy if you don't go to therapy.
Correct. Correct.
Your trauma and stuff inside of your head will make you crazy. Will drive you crazy.
So that's a very good point that you made, because we talked about this last week. And when you deal with so much stress and you don't know how to cope with it, and you just kind of pack it on and pack it on, you will develop a disorder. You will develop something, and your brain functionings will be off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You will train your brain to be on stress or survival mode for the longest. That's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then it produces different hormones in your body, to which and that's another thing combined with weight too. When you produce too much cortisol, and you can attest to this, right? You don't lose the weight that you're trying to. You keep on wondering, why the hell I'm not losing no weight? Stress.
Because you stressed out.
You stressed out. You're not learning how to cope or de-stress. Right. Somebody said, and she made a good point too, that no more being numb to your issues and drinking it away, smoking weed, or sexing it out.
Oh, I'm gonna jump on this one.
Major key, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that because growing up how I grew up in the street or whatever, or out there, that's what it was. We self-medicated. We smoked a lot of weed, we party, we drunk, we mess with all these girls. And when I grew up, I was like, oh my God, I was using these things to mask my trauma.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it was like a pacifier. Like I smoked because I didn't have to think about it. It numbed me. But that was only temporary. That wasn't fixing the issue.
A Band-Aid.
Issue. Yeah. And I'm not judging nobody for what they do, but we got to be honest with ourselves. We're just putting a patch on it. As soon as that high go down, it's coming back.
Right back at it again.
You got to continue to self-medicate. Same thing with the alcohol. And the worst thing is with the women. Like once I grew up and wasn't so young, I was like, man, you hurt so many women because you're using her for that moment just to comfort you and make you feel better. And then once
that void,
is filled and she don't understand you no more. Now you move on to the next one. It's just a pattern. It's just it's a pattern.
And a transference of energy too, that negative energy too, and that's toxic.
It messes women up. Yeah, and they think these guys love them, and they may do love them, but at the same time, they just feel good in the moment, and it's taking care of that issue that they got right now. They don't have to feel
that temporary fix.
Yeah. That's a big one, man. I always say, when you're dealing with your issues, you're low. Don't go drinking, don't go smoking, and definitely don't go grab no woman just to pack, because it's not gonna help anything, man. You gotta learn.
We're giving them the don'ts. What can we say to counter the don'ts? What can you do?
Right. So let me say for me. All right. So for me, when I changed my life, I realized I had a lot of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. And now I'm not smoking and partying, so now I have to learn how to deal with it. So I started exercising. I started working out. So, and it may not work like this for everybody, but then working out gave me a minute to kind of just deal with my thoughts and stuff. But I realized every time I worked out, I felt okay. I left the gym and I was like, oh shoot, my mind ain't racing because my mind used to race. I didn't ever tell nobody around me,
Right.
but it was constantly on this wheel, you know what I mean? And
Right.
I was depressed, but I always felt good. So I'm training like 6 to 7 days a week. You get what I'm saying? To
Yeah.
get that feeling. But I
Yeah.
realized that's what it was for me. So for some people, it can be exercising because your body naturally releases endorphins.
Correct.
That's
That
a
natural high.
natural hormone that
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't be sad while you training. When that's released, that's to make you feel good, make you
Mm-hmm.
feel better. So that's natural. That's a natural remedy that you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I would say also do things you like,
Mm-hmm.
things that make you happy. Me, I love fishing. Like I can go and fish all day, 7, 8 hours, but that's something I like to do. So that makes me feel good. I can be out there by myself. So I would say if it's not exercising, find something you like that you
Yeah.
love to do. I don't care
Yeah.
what it is. As long as it's healthy and it's
Agreed.
helping you, that's something you can really do. I know exercise is the main thing for
Agreed.
me. It really helped me out a lot.
It really does. Exercise also helps, and you said it though. Exercise helps with anxiety. It helps with
Mm-hmm.
depression,
Mm-hmm.
and in turn, like you're losing weight, you're gonna feel better about yourself.
Right.
After you once you look better, you do the work to losing the weight. There's something about looking.
You
You
feel
feel
better.
good, so you're
You
gonna
feel
act
better.
different. You're gonna
Yeah.
move different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation with exercise, and that a
Yeah.
lot of people don't take for granted. Even just walking, you don't even have to do the extensive.
You're right. You ain't got to be like me. You ain't got to be jumping up and doing crazy stuff. And, you can go walking. You can go bike riding. Just
Yeah.
simple stuff. You can go skating, roller skating,
Yeah.
whatever floats your boat. But
Yes.
get out. Get
Yeah.
outside. Get some fresh air.
Agreed.
Exercise will do it for you.
Agreed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let's touch now on, or let's stick to this a little bit. So, with exercising, you're saying, and then you did therapy now for like 4 years, you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Any other things that you do kind of have in your backpack, so to speak, as coping skills to help you with your PTSD,
Okay.
anxiety, or depression?
All right. So I do yoga
Okay.
and I meditate.
Good one.
I do both. Meditation is really changed my life too. It helps me slow. It doesn't slow it down, but it taught me how to deal with my thoughts and not react. Because stuff
Okay.
goes on in the mind all the time, but it taught me not to respond. It teaches me how to be in the moment and I calm down. So meditation has been a great one for me. I meditate literally every day, every morning. If I don't, unless I'm rushing, I may miss it, but yeah, at least
Now,
10 minutes.
I was just going to ask you because there's different forms of meditation, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so you do
Yes.
it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes, sometimes 20.
Okay.
Every once in a while, I've done 30 minutes one time because before
Okay.
you couldn't get me to sit still that long. But even if you can do 5 minutes, it's beneficial.
It's a start, right?
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
breathing is good. Breathing is good. Sitting down, just taking a second, like just. They're like, Kev, I can't do it. I'm like, man, trust me. If you just sit there and
Just try it.
and just
right?
try it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking. People look over at me and they're like, "What are you over there doing?" Boy, I'm taking me about a 2-minute breather right now. You know what I mean? Because
it calms you down and it trains yourself how to self-regulate. Right. Even in being angry or being having those aggression or even in anxiety, and your body is naturally on that race, so to speak, and you have no clue where. Sometimes anxiety hits you out of nowhere, right? And it's just that enclosed space that you may feel where it's just that too much for you at that moment, and then everyone's different, right? So either your heart will start to race, or you just feel like you want to get you have a boost of energy, you want to run, you want to come out your clothes, whatever it may be for you. Breathing technique is my number one to go to for everyone because it helps you to kind of self-regulate your own self and bring you back to kind of some type of normalcy for the moment. And be in the moment and try to get out of your head, and it's easier said than done.
Yes, yeah.
You're
talking real good right now.
Thank you. It's easier said than done, but be in the moment and touch some things. Put your mind on something that is tangible that you can just talk to someone to get you out of that thought for the moment. Yeah. And then once you're out of that moment, and you're down to some kind of regulation, incorporate all these things that you're saying: the exercising, the yoga, the meditation, a hobby that you like. And it has to be something that you really like or enjoy doing, whether it be art, music therapy, whatever it may be. I agree. Find something that you like to do to help you. Sorry.
Oh, you pause. You good?
That
Yeah, no, you good. I get it. Yeah.
that level of
Yoga
just
too.
calmness, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yoga's helped out a lot too because it just teaches you how to be in the moment. You know, focusing on your body because you do the slow movements and breathing.
Yes.
You know, you have to breathe during it, so it teaches you
Yes.
how to breathe
Yeah.
and how to focus, and you know, you kind of be in a zone, and that is really good. Like it really, you take what you learn on that mat, and you can use it in your everyday life.
Now I heard a lot of good things about, I don't know if it's called the Brigham yoga, but the
Bikram,
one Brigham,
they call it Bikram. Is that hot yoga?
Bikram, yes.
Nope, I ain't doing. I'm from Florida.
I never
I ain't
tried it,
doing
but I
hot
heard a
yoga.
lot of good things about it
Yeah,
though.
I do. I like yin. I ain't doing that hot yoga.
Yeah, okay.
I like
See, I got to
yin.
do my own research on the different
Yeah,
types because I just used to the regular. I think it's the yen one that's just your meditation in solitude, so to speak.
yeah. Yin, you hold poses for 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay,
you stay in one position for 3 to 5 minutes.
okay. Now, do you go somewhere or do you do it like online or?
I do it. I got this app called. Is it? What's the thing? It's transfer. It's I can't think. His name is Travis Scott. It's a guy I found on
Okay,
YouTube. I do it right in my garage.
okay,
Yeah, because
okay.
and I put my little candles out,
And you get yourself
my,
set.
yeah, my little scented candles, and I tell them do not knock on that door.
Yeah.
And I do, and
Right,
I
give
do
you your
my
time.
yeah, I need my time. I need to wind down, and sometimes I do it to help me sleep because of the anxiety and the high energy. Sometimes I pop up in the middle of the night, crazy
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah, so
yeah.
I use yoga. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm glad for you. I'm glad that you're getting all this done for your health and in a better space, so to speak.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And especially like you said, coming out and just sharing your story to helping someone else to understand that,
yeah.
this is what needs to be done for our mind because we can't be all about our body and then don't have our mindset and then we wonder why we're not making any progress.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people they focus on the outside and not the inside. You know, you need your
Correct.
mind. Your mindset has to be right. And most people that have phenomenal bodies and train, it takes a lot of mental power to do that. You know what I
That
mean? It takes,
self-discipline ain't no
yeah,
joke.
it takes focus.
What?
It takes
Tell
focus.
me I
Yeah.
can't eat a pizza when a pizza's in front of my face.
Oh, see,
Like
look at
that's
your face. Ah, abusing it. She's like,
that is
what? I don't believe
hard.
that.
Food is, oh my gosh.
Oh man,
So,
yeah,
that self-discipline, it
yeah.
is. And that's why I said at the beginning of the when we first started that self-discipline is no joke. And if you don't have that, you're not gonna kind of like succeed. And it'll only be temporary, so to speak.
Right, right. And that's why people kind of go through the rat race. They'll start, they'll stop, they'll start, they'll stop because they haven't trained their mind yet. You know, you gotta have it here before it shows
That
up here on
mental
the body.
strength.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta have that mental strength, man. You
Is
gotta
there
have it.
anything else you want to touch on this portion before we move on to the fitness and wellness?
Ah, man, let me see, man. I would say for black men, we have to be open to being vulnerable, talking about how we feel, and open to getting therapy because we're the leaders. We're the examples of the next generation. And they're gonna do what they see us do. You get what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
we gotta step up and we gotta do it, man. Because I'm telling you, we can't be all grouchy and stuffy and mad. We can't be like that, man.
yeah.
We gotta, and we deserve to be healed. Because women, they'll get their girls, they'll talk, they're gonna let that thing out. They ain't
What?
gonna be like us. We walk around there all stuffed up, all tough, and them women be freeing them up. They go at their
What?
girls and they cry. They
Mm-hmm.
cry.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, you're
I
right.
cry. I let
You're
it
right.
out. Hey, I don't hold it no more.
Yeah.
That's freeing. So as men, man, we gotta do that. We just don't be ashamed. Find somebody, find a brother that's close, or get you a therapist, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
that's
that.
not a problem.
All right. So moving on to the good stuff, because when we first started, everybody's like, no, start with the weight loss thing first.
Oh, weight loss. They ready?
So
They sure they
they
want to
want
deal with me on that.
they want the tips from you on the, I guess with the New Year's coming up, the easiest way to kind of get that weight off of you. Let's talk
Ah,
about all these different supplements that's out there that supposedly help you to shed the
mm,
weight. What is
okay.
your input on all that?
All right. So I would say if you're a beginner, baby steps, man. Just
Mm-hmm.
start slow.
Mm-hmm.
Start slow. Just start
Mm-hmm.
slow. Get them if you're not used to training hardcore like me, just say at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna start going walking and eating cleaner. Just make it simple because you don't want to. Because a lot of people, they get to New Year's, they're like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and they crash and burn because they're not even used to working out. So first of all, baby steps. Start slow. If you don't have any experience, start walking. If you can't go walking, get a membership and just go there and get on the treadmill or the elliptical or something. Start slow, and then make minor changes to your food. Stuff like sugars, stuff like sodas. Stop eating out, fast food, Chick-fil-A, all that other stuff. Just cut out simple things. Don't go crazy. I'm not going to say prep 10 meals a day, 6 meals. No, baby stuff. Make it simple, something that you can do, something that's realistic for you.
Realistic goals.
Realistic. Because if you go crazy, you're gonna crash, man.
Yeah.
And let me just say this, ladies, you hear me? Throw your scale away. Throw your scale away, because that's like a bipolar boyfriend. I love you. No, I don't love you, Day. I love you, Mom. I love you, Day. Because if you keep, because you're gonna keep getting on that scale, and you haven't really put in no work. 2 weeks is not no work. 30 days is not no work.
We expect to lose 10 pounds in 2 days. What do you mean 2 weeks? You
So
know?
don't. Hear me out. Do before and after pictures of yourself, something you're comfortable with. Store it away. Start your journey. Give yourself 30 days. Go back and compare. That's it. Stay away from the scale.
Okay.
It's gonna depress you, and you're just gonna throw everything away.
Is there at any point they should get on the scale, or
at the beginning?
Okay.
At the beginning, you can do it at the beginning, but y'all are not to be trusted with a scale. Y'all don't do well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. y'all gonna check every morning.
No, it's true, and you're right. And become addicted to it.
Yeah, you become addicted, and you got to look at it. You haven't even done 2 weeks worth of work, and you're on the scale already. But you haven't given the body time enough to change.
Right.
So throw the scale away.
Okay. So
go ahead.
No, I'm just reiterating what you're saying. So start the before and after pic, and then you throw the scale away. Baby steps with trying to decrease sugar and fast
foods. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then baby steps with the exercising.
Because a lot of times people say, I'm gonna go to the gym 5 times a week. If you haven't, last year you wasn't going at all, why are you gonna try to jump out the gate and go 5 days?
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just like when people come to me, like they'll come for New Year's, like, Kev, I want to train 5 days a week. You know what? Let's try 3 days a week.
Okay.
Because I know they're gonna be sore.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, oh, I'm hurting. I don't want to see Kev now. You're gonna be sore. Your body's never done it, so you're gonna be sore. It's gonna happen if you're getting some real work. So maybe do 2 to 3 days. Space them out. Space them out, and be consistent. Even be consistent with just 2 days a week. That's better than not doing nothing. You get what I'm saying? But if you overdo it, you're gonna quit. You're gonna set yourself up to fail.
Okay.
This
is some good advice.
No, you gotta, because that's how I see it. I don't because when I meet people, I can tell instantly already what's gonna happen. They just don't know. I already know, because I've seen it happen so many times. So New Year's, just take your time. Just go to the gym, and don't say, Kev, I'm not gonna eat no more fried food. I'm done. You got to be careful. You got to give yourself a treat every once in a while. Reserve a day. Like Issa, she said she want her pizza. So you go 30 days, maybe 2 days out of the month, you have you some pizza, so you can knock that curve off. You get what I'm saying? And get back to your clean food.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Don't just say, I ain't gonna do it no more, because you're gonna binge.
Right.
You're gonna binge eat. Oh my God, I ate all this pizza and fried chicken. I'm just being real. You can't save yourself a cheat day. Yeah. So for me, I go once a week. Once a week, I eat whatever I want. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, once a week.
And that kind of helps you just to kind of put everything back into perspective and you start fresh again.
Yeah. It doesn't harm you. It's just one meal, and you're good to go. Let me think about supplements. Now, I can go, it's so much out there, and me being a trainer, I try to tell people to stay off the internet, start researching. Just get your regular vitamins that you need. Start drinking close to 1 gallon of water a day. If you clean up those things, get your vitamins that you need, drink 1 gallon of water a day, you'll see amazing changes. Now, you can research all type of natural detoxes, very simple. They got all kind of stuff, ginger, different detoxes. You got to be careful. Do your research, though. I would say do a natural one. Don't always buy what you see because it can
Right.
put you in a situation where, you know, you may can't function. And if you have to work and stuff like that, so you got to be careful with detox. You know, detoxes are good. Just do a natural one. Very simple.
Okay.
I know one I usually give my clients. I give the one from Abacare. It's just a 10-day cleanse. It's gentle. It's not gonna have you going to the bathroom like crazy. See, you got to be
Okay.
careful with stuff like that.
How often should you detox?
If you do a good detox, you shouldn't have to keep doing. I would say 90 days. But
Okay.
I don't. Let me be honest with you. With me, I don't detox.
At all?
Not really because I eat
But you're doing it
clean.
naturally by drinking all the water
Yeah,
and
the
your
water and
supplement.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
say for
eating
instance,
clean.
yeah. So say for instance, I would say 90 days. And see, a lot of people use that as a reset. Like I gotta detox to get all this junk out of me. But once you're drinking water every day, eating green veggies, fruits and stuff like that, you don't have to detox like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All
You'd be
right.
good. You should be okay.
Okay.
You can do one at the beginning of the year. But yeah, man, my advice for you guys is baby steps, man. Don't fall into the fads, the quick fix. Take your time and know yourself. Nobody knows you better than you.
You.
You
That's
get what I'm
facts.
saying? You know what
That
you're
is
really
facts.
gonna do. Yeah, yeah. And me, I'm turning 44, so my fitness level is like I'm doing this for lifestyle. I ain't doing it for just to lose a couple pounds. I'm looking at my future, how I want to be in
Right.
my 60s and 70s. You get what I'm saying? So when you start your journey this year, look at that. Don't get caught up on the 20 pounds, the 30 pounds. You're trying to create a lifestyle now, something that you can do continuously.
That's the
You
goal.
can just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just keep doing it. I know you
Okay.
ladies want to lose your little stomach and all that good stuff and tighten up, but hey, lifestyle. If you stay consistent, like give yourself, you stay consistent from,
Consistency is key, I must
yeah,
say.
yeah,
Hmm.
consistent. If you stay consistent from January till midsummer, you'll be surprised at what you do. You'll get
Yeah.
amazing results, but you got to stick with it.
Kevin, thank you so much. This was
No
all
problem.
great information.
No, thank you. I'm grateful, man. You let me get on here with you. That's
No,
what's
I
up, man.
appreciate it. And you said some
Nah,
key things in the beginning as far as our mental health and men just being a black man being vulnerable or just allowing yourself to accept what is and doing something about it, you know,
yeah,
and not always just keeping it in or feeling like, you know, you can handle it yourself
right,
or, you know, if you need help, get help,
right.
you know, and it's not your fault for what, you know, I mean, just consider all the factors that go into how you became you. Again,
Yeah,
your
right,
upbringing,
right,
you
right,
know, your external factors, your peers, the people who you hang with.
right. That's big.
That is huge, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Your hereditary.
Hmm.
Everything else has an issue to, you know, making you who you are. So if you do have some ways about you that needs to be tweaked or changed, it's okay. We
Yeah,
go see a doctor when there's something wrong with us physically. It's okay to see a therapist or a psychologist when something's wrong with us, or we feel like we need to change some ways about our thinking because it's a battle that you have to fight within yourself to
yeah,
change you.
it's
You
a
know, and
big.
that's sometimes the toughest thing to do because you're so used to and you're set in your ways that you don't want to
Ooh,
change.
you talking
You know,
now, setting your ways. And
we
can I just
are
say,
sometimes.
I want to say one thing. And for men too, we can't use the ladies as our therapists. They're not therapists for us. They're not our therapists. We can't dump on them, man. And
And
that's
expect us to fix everything,
yeah, y'all can't do it.
right?
It's our responsibility. It's time for us to
Yeah.
man up and do it, man. It's a good
No.
thing, man. This is pretty
It's
dope
true,
what you're
and
doing.
somehow the world has shifted a bit to where I feel like there's just a shift in men, and maybe this is a different topic, but the roles of men, or just like um, like when you say stand up and be a man, you know, like just that comment alone is sometimes it's now you see a lot of the women taking that role and
Yeah.
being, you know, I don't know. Again, like I said,
I'll be
that's
honest.
a whole nother
I'm
topic.
gonna just say this. It can get. It just mean take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah.
Really, and I'm just always saying, just take responsibility for yourself. It's not her. It's not her issue. It's not. It's not her job.
Yeah.
She got her own shit. I mean, you know, she got
In
to carry
fact,
her
so
own.
yeah.
She got to carry her own bag. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's our responsibility. Yeah, things have changed. You're right. It's a whole nother topic.
It's a
That's a
different
whole.
era now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a lot, man. But I'm grateful, and it's helped me grow in leaps and bounds, man. Leaps and bounds, and I'm excited. You know, it's just a freedom. I can explain it, but you will never know until you actually do it. Get vulnerable, get a therapist, talk, get some of that weight off you, and then
Your
you'll feel,
self-care,
yeah, your self care, and then
huge.
you'll feel that freedom, man.
And a lot of men don't feel like they need to be. When I say self-care, when I speak on it, I get that a lot of people think that it's just about women and not,
No,
yeah,
what?
yeah. And it's not more for men, or, you know, like they don't need to take care of themselves, or,
I'm big on self care now. I didn't
yeah,
know about it, so like I go get a massage every month. You know, and if things are too crazy, I go get 2 massages. Shoot.
yeah,
Yeah, I do that. Yeah, yeah. That's my
yeah,
self care. That's my self care routine. Like I go to the gym midday a lot of times because of, you know, my brain is a little crazy from all the work in the morning. I go and shut myself down. That's my self care routine. That's what I do.
yeah.
Men need to be, no, self care. Hey, bro, trust me. Don't let the ladies take it all. Shoot.
No, agreed, agreed. I'm glad you're on here saying that, because it is.
Yeah,
This is a lot of men need to take on that. But like I said, thank you again for all the information that you've shared.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
It was wonderful. And I hope, you know, somebody's out there that can just take away from, you know, the disorders that you've dealt with and how you were able to cope and move forward with it.
Right.
Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you so
This is
much.
dope. What you're doing, man. This is dope, man. Keep
I
it up.
appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
No problem.
All right. All right, guys. So that was a great interview with Kevin. Kev Fit, he calls himself. He's at Kev Fit on Instagram. I'm a personal trainer, so if that's where you want to find him, or I can pin his information here. But some good information that he's given off as far as having PTSD, because a lot of times we don't even know that. Some men don't even know that they are dealing with some disorders like anxiety or depression. They just feel like, you know, that's just who they are. They've always been that way. Or when anxiety hit, it's just something that, again, they'll go drink it off, or like someone said earlier, will just go smoke, or just kind of self-medicate, so to speak. And it's never going to be a healthy way to cope with your issues or whatever it is that you're going through. We all have issues. We all have you know, we all have to deal with life. And if we don't know how to cope with life, life will take a hold of us and put us face first in the ground, so to speak. So he'd given some great advice. And like, again, I really do hope that somebody got something from this to say, you know what, maybe I need to try this, and, you know, just make that 180 change. And yeah, so thank you for tuning in today, and join me every Wednesday. Next week too, we're going to have one that's going to be on Facebook, but it's going to be like a it's going to be more of a panel too. I'm going to have 3 other speakers on it. And so just be on the lookout for when that will be for next week. I'll still have something here on Instagram as well. So thank you for tuning in, everyone.